Clock. I'm going to call the city council meeting to order. If you all could rise for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. And if you could turn and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Start with the roll call of council persons. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Present.
Kodak, Cassidy,
Here.
Baker,
Here.
Hall,
Here.
Mendoza,
Here.
Lake.
Here.
We're all present. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the video minutes from the last meeting?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Lake, a second by Mendoza to approve the minutes. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Lake,
Yes.
Lehman.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved. Are there any communications?
I have none.
All right, we'll go into report of committees, the Finance Committee.
No new update, just that the next meeting will be on Tuesday, November 19th at 5:30 PM in council chambers.
Thank you. Public Affairs Committee.
Nomination forms are currently being accepted for the 2024 Mrs. Fostoria Snow Queen and must be submitted to the mayor's office by Monday, November 18th. The Ohio EPA is hosting a public meeting at Stacy's Place next Wednesday, November 20th at 6 p.m. concerning the Vision RNG Seneca Draft Air Permit. And the Public Affairs Committee will meet on Tuesday, November 19th at 5 p.m. here in council chambers.
Thank you. Law and Ordinance Committee.
The traffic control map amendment on the agenda for this evening as a first reading was submitted by the Law and Ordinance Committee after careful consideration, and we will have a full 3 readings so that the public is aware the proposed amendments are as follows. It shall be unlawful to park a motor vehicle on the south side of East Fremont Street from Sandusky Street to North Town Street, on the east side of North Main Street from Culbertson Street to West Jones Road, and on the south side of Center Street from Vine Street to Grant Street. The Law and Ordinance Committee will meet again on Tuesday, November 19th at 5:15 here in council chambers.
Thank you very much. Moving into report of officers, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. We will be doing another round of door knocking on the GLOW initiative in December, as we are getting an excellent response from people following up to scheduled visits. We have repaired the sidewalk at the corner of Center and Main Streets. The street department did a nice job with that project. The pickleball and tennis courts on Buckley Street are completed and getting a lot of use. The airport terminal project should start yet this year. The legislation you see tonight allows us to accept the FAA reimbursable grant. And the national carbon tax credit legislation is up for the 3rd reading tonight. I would ask that you amend this legislation so that the terms are memorialized and then pass it tonight. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, just for the record, I went through that water line inspection process with the water department. And I think everybody always thinks, oh, it's going to be a hassle, make an appointment, and they don't show up and all this. They show up on time. They're in and out of there very quickly. It was a very simple process. And I just want to go on record, if there's people that are reluctant to do it because of having to make the appointment and go through it, it's painless. So.
Same thing my wife reported.
Thank you. Director of Law.
Thank you. I apologize for the confusion. When I sent out the new business, I failed to explain that municipal job creation tax credit that I included in the new business was just some proposed amendments to the old business. So if your agenda has that ordinance on the new business, that should be removed. And the amendments just included the terms. So it included the percentage of abatement and the term of that agreement into the actual legislation. So if we could have an amendment or a motion to approve that amendment, if you guys are so inclined at the right time, I would appreciate it. And I think that is all I have.
Thank you. Director of Finance.
Just a reminder that next Wednesday, we have our work session on the fiscal recovery plan. The Auditor of State's working on completing that. I'm hoping to receive it sometime tomorrow, at least the first draft that we can get out to all council members. If you don't have it by the end of tomorrow, you will have it first thing Monday to give you a couple days to at least look at it before the meeting.
That at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
Thank you. We will move into the public portion. This evening, we have one person that's asked for time. So Ms. Tyson, would you like to come up and limit your time to 10 minutes, please?
Deb Tyson, 800 Woodward Avenue, Lot 9. And I would like to thank everyone for everything they've done this year here at City Council and City. However, today my phone blew up, both by text, by messenger, and by email. My boss was wondering what was going on. Well, EPA, there's 6 people actually got a hold of me, but I have 3 emails, 2 text numbers, 3 phone numbers. I'm still yet trying to figure out exactly which part of EPA they belong to, because in my contacts it says it's somebody else. But they are going to have that at Stacy's place. It's going to be with the one card, you just go and you speak. The other cards, you're on an official public record. So depending on which card you get, and you have to hand the cards in prior to the meeting starting. Because whatever order you hand them, that's the order that you get called up. But I did also learn that this vision people, they don't have a number that works, because I tried to call them. I had their card the last time they were here. So I'm not quite sure if they have a working number. They are actually real. This I do know because I was able to check that out. But I was asked to by 3 other people that couldn't be here tonight, if everybody could please come to Stacy's place. Not so much to talk, to show up. It seems like people want to give up. And I think that information and education is where our power is. So we all need to make our own decisions. But if we're not there, how can we do that? We're going to have somebody, whatever, say, no. There'll be people that can't show up. That's true. But basically, that place should be packed out because this is just about air. And that's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else wish to address council from the public? Seeing none, we will move into old business.
An ordinance to approve the municipal job creation tax credit agreement between the City of Fostoria, Ohio and National Electric Carbon Products, Inc.
Move to adopt the amendments that have been provided to us.
Second.
We have a motion by Lehman, a second by Cassidy to adopt the memorializing the terms that were provided to the committee to put it into the legislation. So clerk, would you call the roll for this amendment?
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Lake,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Mendoza.
Yes.
That amendment carries.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Who seconded? Baker?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have a motion by Lehman, a second by Baker to adopt. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Lake,
Yes.
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak.
Yes.
That motion carries. It is adopted. Ordinance number 2024-88. Thank you.
An ordinance establishing the position, salary, and qualifications to the position of full-time municipal project manager for the city of Fostoria, Ohio, and declaring an emergency to exist.
Move to adopt.
Second.
We have a motion by Hall, a second by Lake to adopt. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Lake,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Cassidy,
yes,
Kodak.
Yes.
The ordinance is adopted. Ordinance number 2024-89. That concludes old business. We will move into new business.
An ordinance establishing the position, salary, and qualifications for the position of full-time municipal park project manager for the city of Fostoria, Ohio, and declaring an emergency to exist.
That is the first reading of that resolution. Whenever you're ready for the next one.
A resolution authorizing, empowering, and directing the Director of Public Service and Safety acting as agent of the City of Fostoria to execute and deliver to the Seneca County Land Reutilization Corporation all necessary instruments to effect a good and sufficient conveyance of parcel of land from the City of Fostoria to the Seneca County Land Reutilization Corporation in the vicinity of 421 McDougal Street.
That is the first reading of that resolution.
A resolution authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety on behalf of the City of Fostoria, Ohio, to make application to the Ohio Department of Transportation, Office of Aviation for an Ohio Airport Improvement Program grant for the SFY 2025 and declaring an emergency to exist.
That is the first reading of that resolution.
A resolution supporting the Ohio Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial America 250-OH.
That is the first reading of that resolution.
An ordinance to amend the traffic control map and file for the city of Fostoria, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
That too is the first reading of that ordinance.
An ordinance adopting and amending ordinance number 2023-66, permanent 2024 appropriations by appropriating from unappropriated funds in the CHIP 2023 fund and declaring an emergency.
Move to waive the three reading rule on three separate occasions.
Second.
We have a motion by Lehman, a second by Lake to suspend the three reading rule on three separate occasions. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
yes,
Baker,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Lake.
Yes.
The three reading rule has been waived.
Move to adopt. Second.
We have a motion by Lake, a second by Podak to adopt. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
yes,
Baker,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Lake.
Yes.
Passes, becomes ordinance number 2024-90. You have the then and now.
What?
You have the then and now resolution.
That's not. Yeah, I can read it off of here.
We're getting it for you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A resolution approving and ratifying the prior acts of the department heads and safety service director and approving then and now certificates for said expenditures and declaring an emergency.
Move to waive the three reading rule on three separate occasions.
second,
We have a motion by Lehman, a second by Cassidy to waive the three reading rule on three separate occasions. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
You can write on that.
You have to call the roll so we can.
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Lake.
Yes.
The three reading rule has been waived.
Move to adopt.
Second.
We have a motion by Podak, second by Baker to adopt. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Lake,
Yes.
Lehman.
Yes.
That resolution does pass. It is resolution number 2024-91. Is there any need to go into executive session this evening? Seeing none, we'll move into miscellaneous business. I just want to remind people that November 13th at 6 PM, we do have the work session next week. Mr.
That,
Sorry,
is that open
Danner.
to the public?
It is open to the public. It is a public meeting. There is no business other than the work session. We'll do the regular call to order, attendance, moment of silence pledge, but then it's strictly the work session, but that is open to the public. I'm not sure the public has a public portion, but they're more than welcome to be here and witness and listen. Also, just a reminder that our next regular scheduled meeting will be back to the regular scheduled time on November 19th on Tuesday night at 6 PM. And then we have all those committee meetings before that. Does anyone else have any other miscellaneous business?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion by Lake, second by Cassidy to adjourn. Clerk, would you call the roll?
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Lake.
Right, we are adjourned at 6:17.